And in the case, gentlemen, of Brazilian model Arthur O. Urso, his goal was to be able to regularly sexually satisfy all 9 of his wives without missing any of them or having anyone feel left out.
That's time management.
I mean, it's a lot of time management there.
Very thoughtful.
There's him and about half of them.
Oh, wow. Good God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What does that guy do for a living?
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey! Oh, yeah!
Good morning and welcome to episode 930 of Hard Factor. It's another What the Fuck Wednesday, April 27th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, Wes has a cup of coffee in the big time full of hot topics. Ooh.
That's right. Steaming cup.
Nice. All right. Watch out. Don't get sued, like McDonald's.
Hey.
You gotta watch yourself.
coming.
After that, I've got the Losing Your Mind Corner brought to you by listeners Peter and Wall Lay on Instagram. Thank you for the submissions.
I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah.
You are freaking out, man.
There's a couple people who are really freaking out, man, in the Lost Your Mind Corner. And then after that, Pat's got a Brazilian man with his hands full of Brazilian butts.
He's got too many of them.
Oh,
That dog.
Tuned.
look at that. It's a
He's got
TikTok.
Problems
International
any
moment.
man would want.
That's a guy that doesn't need to wash his hands, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
You think he just keeps all the, but then that's a lot of
Never washing these hands.
If he did, he could dry them on butts every time.
It's true.
right.
That's right.
He's cross germinating those butts though. That's going to be
That's
some
true.
dirty butts, dirty hands too, but
Dirty
pleasurable
boy.
at the same time. And after that, Mark's got a true American hero to close things out.
It's my honor.
Nice,
Oh.
nice. Real quick, you guys ever heard of robot whales and dolphins? They exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
James
So-
Cameron loves these things, so they make like they're like full size.
So this is because we're scared of them, right? Like we're doing this to appease them. This is like
wow.
this is like for SeaWorld and repentance
Yes.
and stuff like that. This is because we're admitting that we're scared of them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This
I
is-
mean,
We are.
what if you could weaponize it though, you guys?
You
Like,
can.
you think you could weaponize an army of these robots to go against the real deals?
Why would they
Yes.
be dolphins? Why
Well,
would
they
they
have
just be-
orcas too.
No, I guess like as camouflage. That's why if they're
This,
weaponized.
you know what this could be? It's a
Yeah.
third party that's starting the human-verse whale war with a proxy by setting up the whales and dolphins. You know?
Maybe so.
Oh,
James
I see what
Cameron.
you're saying. False flag.
Yeah.
James Cameron's going to be heavily involved in this false flag if that's what's happening. Thank you, listener Scott, for that information. So
Scary stuff.
Man, I have a buddy who's got an above ground pool. Was over at his house the other day, and he's got one of those decks.
You can just
that-
call it a pool. I mean,
it's above ground. He's got one of those decks that's built.
that's a fair. No, that's a fair call out.
It's not a pool. You have a pool in your backyard. This is above ground. Anyway, he's got a deck, right? So you can stand level with the pool, obviously.
yeah.
And I was sitting on this deck. The pool wasn't open yet, and I was looking at this. And I'm like, pools are cool. Above ground pools are cool, but I wish there was a game I could play here, like sitting here. And I was like, man, what if you could actually fish? But real fish would be gross. Then I was thinking, what if you had robot fish and you could robot fish in somebody's above ground pool? What a sick
That'd be a
game
fun
that
game.
would be.
That'd
And
be
I looked,
sick.
and there are robot fish. And now we just got to figure out how to. We need an engineer out there to invent this game because it's got big numbers written all over it. This could be the million.
Well, they have that game for like kids, right? Don't they?
So I looked at that, and you know what that is? If you get a ducky in a carnival, it has a number on it, and then that number's a winner or not. So we need something like, I caught one or I didn't. It's gotta be hard to catch them, kind of thing. I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool, but impossible due to law of physics is if you could get like a door for an above ground pool where you could open it and the water wouldn't come out and you could like somehow enter the pool and then swim
From
up to
the
top.
bottom,
Yeah.
That's possible. You just need
That'd
a
be cool.
tiered. You need a section.
you need like an
off area.
airlock system.
Yeah, you need
airlock
like an
system.
airlock system. It would be expensive. You might as
With
well just get
suction.
the in-ground pool at that point.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot more expensive than
For a party trick, yeah.
You ever seen a piece of shit car with $10,000 rims on it?
yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
My neighbor had one of those above ground pools till he tore it down and built a brand new deck right in front of me.
right in your face. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Mhm.
And I bet the last deck was well made too. Around
It was. It was.
man.
It was very well made.
Wow.
Have you seen him grilling? Does he grill like the perfect steak?
Yes, he grills every single night, and it's just meat, just a plate of meat.
Just meat.
I got
no
pictures
veggies?
of it.
Holy shit!
I got pictures of him. I'll pull them
He
up
just
while
doesn't even put the veggies out there.
No,
You
no,
take these
there's
pictures
no
on your
veggies.
phone or like with your
Yeah,
long
no
lens.
corn.
on my phone.
You're taking pics from
Oh
over
man,
the
it's
fence?
just aromas
Yeah.
of meat.
Yeah, I'll pull one up while someone
man.
else is doing the story
Okay,
and send it.
alright.
Yeah,
Ah, shit.
yeah. No,
That's
every night
tough.
he's out there. Every night.
Well,
Does he
Fat Boy
does
Summer-
he like howl at the moon?
hashtag Fat Boy Summer?
No.
I need to start grilling more too. I need to start grilling
Yeah.
more too.
I grilled this weekend.
It's very chill. Okay, you guys want to get into? Oh, before we get started, new merch out.
Yeah.
Red Twitter is out. We got hats, we got shirts with the Twitter logo, except it's red. We've also
Whoa.
got, as Will wanted, which is a great idea, the red hat with the white Twitter logo.
Yeah.
Kind of like a red MAGA hat, but it's
It's
Twitter.
Yeah. It's a MAGA
Pat
Twitter
loves them.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
because Elon bought Twitter,
Because everyone thinks Elon's like a hardcore Republican.
But he's not.
which he's not. It's just
No,
a
I know,
show.
but the rights embraced him. So
It's because the
Yeah.
liberals are scared shitless.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's really a
not.
hardcore Republican.
it's a
I think
gag.
just-
It's a gag. It's just
yeah,
a gag.
it's just a joke.
Yeah, it's
Red
just a
Twitter.
joke.
But yeah, I'm
Okay.
wearing that. I'm rocking that Twitter MAGA hat
Yeah.
for life.
Yeah. Store.hardfactor.com. Check them out. They're pretty good. You can see one behind me on the YouTube. Okay, let's get started, guys. Let's get into the coffee.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Fun fact. Through selective breeding, guys, pit bulls have developed an enormous jaw strength, as well as a ruinous hold and shake bite style designed to inflict the maximum damage possible on their victims. And when Colorado, so the Supreme Court upheld the Denver pit bull ban in 2005, the high court set aside characteristics that pit bulls displayed when they attack that differ from other dog breeds. One of the characteristics was their lethal bite. Listen to this from the court case. Quote, pit bulls inflicted more serious wounds than other breeds. They tend to attack the deep muscles, to hold on, to shake, and to cause ripping of tissues. Pit bull attacks were compared to shark attacks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can we start calling them land sharks?
Land sharks
Might
is
as well. Yeah, I
awesome
mean,
name.
yeah, they are pretty much are.
What is the original land shark? It's like the Ole Miss defense or something.
Yeah, isn't it like a beer?
But there's
It's a
also
beer.
like,
Yeah.
It's a beer.
there's a lot of stuff called.
Some
land
people
sharks.
call like hoopty cars land sharks.
Mhm.
It's a film character in the sketch
Yeah, like old
comedy
Cadillac's a
series,
land shark, yeah.
Saturday Night
cool.
Saturday Night Live.
Also the pit bull.
Also the pit bull now.
That was the
Um,
male shark on SNL. Candygram.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like this Google. If you Google, are there land shark?
I guess it was land shark.
Oh, the land shark in Austin is that awesome cab.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually
Oh, yeah.
my wife and I. That was the cab that took us away from the wedding.
Yeah,
We didn't leave in a limo. We
that
left
was
in
your
the land shark.
chariot. That guy was hilarious. He had a dry
Yeah, that guy was
sense
the
of
best.
humor.
He had like
Yeah.
the fucking karaoke in the back. Like you could pick any song. He had like a huge library. There was like black lights and
We
shit.
got to get the name of
Yeah.
the
Land
people that
shark.
did
Land yacht. Wait, that's land yacht.
Oh,
Sorry.
land
yacht.
Damn it. Not the land shark.
Now that we have a show, we got to get the name of the people that didn't show up to ferry the old people from your wedding back to the
Oh
show.
yeah, that was a horrible bus service. Land yacht though showed up. Land
They
yacht
had,
showed
the,
up.
they had the wrong date.
That was a limo service. Yeah, that
Big mistake.
that boned us on that night. Yeah.
You guys ready for the pedophile joke of the day?
Yeah.
What does a pedophilic frog say?
I don't know what.
Ribbit.
You better rub it.
Rub
and
it,
You better,
rub it.
And you better zip it, Tommy.
Rub it and zip it.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Exhibit.
Tommy's such a kid's name. Great
better
choice
rub
of
it,
name for that
You
joke.
better zip it, Tommy. Yeah,
The Y at the end makes him sound so young.
yeah.
Couldn't have been worse with Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. That's half original. That was improvised one.
Nice.
Okay. Trending mentions, guys. Sad news out of Japan. The world's oldest person in the world has died. Here she
Is that
is.
sad?
Yeah. I mean,
Isn't she probably happy?
I
don't
mean,
know.
that looks like she lived a fulfilling life. She's very
yeah.
old.
She was
Yeah.
born. Her name is Kane Tanaka. According to Guinness World Record, she was born prematurely January 2nd, 1903, the same year the Wright brothers, brought flight to the world.
Jeez,
So-
she loved
North
living so
Carolina.
much. She had to get started early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Premature babies, and she's the oldest person ever. That's
Dude.
good news.
She's in her 40s during World War II.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
She's seen a lot of shit. Yeah.
Yep. Tanaka, she loved chocolate and soda, which, every time one of these old people dies, they tell you how bad their diet was to kind of give hope to the rest of us. But I'm sure she didn't eat like that the whole time.
She had like one a day of each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was tapped to carry the Olympic torch during the Olympic Games in Tokyo, but they, said it was too risky because of COVID-19. Earlier this month, Tanaka surpassed Sarah Noss of the U.S. to become the second longest-lived person in recorded history. Jean-Louise Calment, a French woman who died in 1997, still remains the longest lived person at 122 years and 164 days, and
That
now the
seems like
oldest.
a lie.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy, right?
one is disputed, right? Because she was the one that smoked the cigs and drank the wine all the time.
There was one whose daughter overtook her, and she
That
said
was
that-
the. I think that's the one.
Remember, they were like, she's 135.
I
It
think
was
Yeah,
like
no,
the
this
daughter-
is not the same.
yeah.
That was a French woman. You're right, but I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's the same
The
person.
Not
French
the
woman's
same
daughter
person?
took for like
Oh,
tax
no.
purposes, kept collecting
Yeah.
the things.
France is pretty
Yeah.
tricky with the
She's the
stats.
Danny Almonte of living.
Yes,
What,
the baseball kid. Yeah,
What is the age? I imagine. What is the age that you just sex is no longer an option? Like
90,
90? Like
Yeah,
they're just
90.
You'd be
not
surprised,
happening.
probably. is my
probably
guess.
90.
Yeah, I mean, the retirement homes are
Well, it
rampant with
depends.
STDs.
It depends. Yeah, exactly. It's certainly
If
not.
you're
in
in the
80s.
villages,
Yeah.
people be
it's
fucking
later.
in their 80s in the villages.
If
There's
you
gotta
can
be an
thrust
age.
and
Yeah.
get it up, you're getting it in.
Yeah,
It's got to be an age.
And they have Viagra.
If you,
My-
yeah, you can rust, you can thrust
Yeah.
with rust, baby, is what they say.
I have a good old person fact. My great grandmother, Italian side, lived to like 104. But the cool part, that's old. I think it was like 104, 105. The cool part is she was born in 1899 and she died in the 2000s. So she lived in 3 centuries, which is
Wow.
nuts. She was
It is
born in
nuts.
1899 and then she lived in the entire 1900s and died early in 2000s.
Well, you think of this lady.
nuts.
She was born before, the
She
Model
missed about
T
3
hit the
years though.
road.
She was 1903. Sorry,
Not
2
as cool.
centuries. 2 centuries. Sorry.
Not as cool, you're right.
Yeah,
Well, that was your great grandma.
yeah.
And then this lady, they were born right before the car, right? So they saw the car all the way through
Yeah.
the cell phone, which is insane. Like
Computers
the
probably
smartphone,
freaked them the fuck out. Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's what talk about technology curve all your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Kane died tragically last week. She was out for a jog, got hit by a car.
No.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
How bad are you feeling if you killed the world's oldest person in a car?
Oh no! Lock you up.
I didn't see her. She was so little.
Yeah, he's jogging away at 119.
She flew like 200 feet.
Oh.
Yeah. It would be a brutal
Um,
crash.
Brutal, yeah. Okay, let's move on to some hot topics, guys. Moving to the Supreme Court, which is deciding on a critical case this week. I don't know if you guys hear about this. One that could shape our nation as a whole for this foreseeable future. Of course, talking about the case of high school assistant football coach Joseph Kennedy, who for 8 years coached at Bremerton High School in Bremerton, Washington. And for those years, he led prayers inside the locker room and after games, with many students joining him in those prayers. Quote, "I take a knee and thank God for what the guys just did and the opportunity to be a coach," Kennedy told ESPN, adding, "I wanted to hang out with my players and develop these young men." So,
That's pretty normal.
Yeah,
Pretty
didn't
normal.
and growing up in sports, I saw that all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Prayers.
absolutely.
And, yeah, well,
After the game,
Yeah,
not
after
not
game.
everyone had to participate, but
The Christian club or whatever would do it, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like-
Pat. Actually, the more competitive you got, the more common it was.
I wouldn't know.
Well, no, I'm serious. Like you see this after
That's
you
what
see
it
this after
sounded like Will's
NFL
gonna-
games. You see this after NFL games and everything.
Yeah. I mean, they still do
Yeah.
prayer circles. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big thing.
I
'cause
believe
it's-
Texas. I don't know if I remember correctly if they still do it, but I went to a UT game and I'm pretty sure the entire stadium did a prayer before a game at
Yes.
the UT
Yeah.
college game.
This
like,
is, yeah.
like
but
80,000 preppy kids doing it.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
Pretty normal
God.
in a lot of the country.
If you love us,
Yeah,
let's show Oklahoma a thing or two about how we do it down here in Texas.
that's right. Let's pray hard.
right. Just like Dugan prayed to God before the World Series. League of their own. However, Coach Kennedy then apparently took his faith too far for some woke members of the school board to handle when he began praying at the 50-yard line after games. A demonstration of faith he first started doing alone, but then was joined by players and fans as time went on. I think I have a picture of him praying with kids. Maybe I don't. Anyway, then one night, according to the New York Times in 2015, after an opposing coach told the principal of Bremerton that he thought it was, pretty great that he was allowed to pray on the field, and the school board instructed Mr. Kennedy not to pray if it interfered with his duties or involved students. Under the free exercise clause of the First Amendment, and in line with the U.S. Supreme Court rulings, public schools may not prevent students from expressing or sharing religious beliefs as long as their doing so does not disrupt the school. So a year later...
Were these mandatory?
No, not at all.
But it is
Just
mandatory
doing
that you
for
say the Pledge of
himself.
Allegiance under God. This is like so ass backwards.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Keep going. I know.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what the problem is if it's not
Well,
mandatory.
a year later, he was fired for refusing to stop the prayers that involved students, and now the Supreme Court is hearing the case to decide if the school board's actions violated Coach Kennedy's First Amendment rights or whether he was violating the First Amendment prohibition of government establishment of religion and was coercing these kids to pray with him, feeling, like they had to, based on being on a team. Of course, we are at the Supreme
The
Court.
classic predatory thing, right? Like, look at this predator making me get to the 50-yard line and pray.
Right.
Yeah.
I noticed it's trending before it gets to the Supreme Court because everybody's probably pretty sure what's going to happen when it gets there. With this
Yeah,
Supreme
well,
Court.
they're going. You can imagine which way they're going. So it looks like the case
Yeah.
has bigger implications moving forward. Justice Alito said, "quote The Ninth Circuit's understanding of free speech rights of public school teachers is troubling and may justify review in the future." So this could change a lot of stuff about religion in schools depending on which way they go. He was joined by Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Clarence Thomas. Quote, "What is perhaps most troubling about the Ninth Circuit's opinion, which upheld the school board's opinion in the first place, is language that can be understood to mean that a coach's duty to serve as a good role model requires the coach to refrain from any manifestation of religious faith, even when the coach is plainly not on duty." So the liberal
they're warming
justices...
What?
Yeah.
They're limbering up to this is about to be the Globetrotters.
It's a
While
tip
he's-
drill. It's a
while
tip
he's-
drill.
while he's on- While he's on duty...
bucket of confetti, layup, tip drill. Yep.
They're worried that this the ruling in Kennedy's favor could strengthen the acceptability of some religious practices in public schools. Meanwhile, Bremerton High's transgender girls track and field superstar Denver Aspen has won 19 straight races by a combined 37 minutes. Just kidding. Nine straight races, 17 minutes.
Nice.
Still dominant. And what's so funny is this is the state of Washington. So it's literally the state of Washington is going to roll into the Supreme Court to get punked by the
Kavanaugh's going to be so hungover and so mad. Yeah. What's wrong with this?
Oh,
the Washington Generals coming in.
Yeah.
Fucking pieces of shit. Like it's America, man. Let the guy do whatever he wants. I
agree.
He's kneeling.
He's not
at
trying to
the
hurt the
50
kids,
yard
yeah.
line. He's whatever, man.
Well, they do this at the highest
waste of
level
time.
of sport.
Why is this going to the
Because
Supreme
it's
Court?
public.
Because it's public
Was
school.
Was
It's
he
'cause it's a
fired?
public
He was
school.
fired, you said, Wes? Or
He
what?
was asked
Yeah,
not
'cause
to
he wouldn't
reapply,
stop doing
and
these.
yeah, basically, yeah.
All right,
Wouldn't
kick
stop.
kick
Come on.
under God out of the Pledge of Allegiance. Then.
I mean-
what are you doing?
Look,
You know?
first
Right,
of
that
all,
would be more impactful, right, Pat, as opposed to just banning
That's
this guy.
mandatory.
these athletic directors of these public high schools need to get their fucking heads, like in the colleges, need to get their heads screwed on straight. Because if he's winning, then let him pray at the 50-yard line.
Right.
The guy that got ridiculed for beating a girls' basketball team 103-5, don't ridicule him. Give him a raise.
Well, Mark, that's a great
That
point
was
because
his job. It's true.
Yeah.
Wes said how this happened, right? And it was another coach complaining. What are the odds, Mark? Do you
No, he
think
wasn't
that
complaining,
coach
but he had brought to the
lost?
attention, like,
He lost, Pat.
he said
100%.
aloud.
He lost.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He brought attention to
he
it
titled.
Yeah,
He titled.
because he
yeah.
lost because he's a fucking
Oh, it's
got
so
his ass
cool that
beat
you're allowed to do something outside the rules. Bye. We're gonna go home
by
now.
the
We
Bremerton
lost. Yeah.
Crusaders whooped up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're called the Crusaders. Isn't that
Yeah.
pretty religious itself?
Well, the Supreme Court is hearing it, and they are leaning in favor of Joe
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Something tells me 6-3, right? You know.
Supreme Court is
tells me.
dangerous,
Yeah.
man. I get
Yeah.
nervous anytime something goes there.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but
just, I mean, this one's going to rule. I mean, you heard the writings Wes was quoting. Those are all the conservative justices sitting on the court right now, literally like cracking their knuckles and warming up their writing pens to just dunk on the state of Washington.
This
Like
one
that-
seems this one seems easy. It's not during school hours. It is on school property, but it's not during school hours, and it's not mandatory. It seems pretty harmless.
Not mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking winner.
But the kids might feel bad that they aren't.
Oh, I would have walked straight. I would have got home early. Fuck it.
Deal with
I know.
life, bro. There's gonna be a lot of times. There's gonna be a lot of
Hey,
times where
see you
someone's like,
tomorrow. Love you guys. You know,
Hey,
great game.
we're all smoking. We're all smoking crack over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pound
you
beers.
Right. It
Yeah.
shouldn't matter the
Kids.
religion. Exactly.
don't care.
Whatever. Yeah,
I didn't want to smoke the crack, but everyone was smoking the crack. And
Kids don't care. They're either gonna join if they want to or not. Yeah.
That's right.
Can't stop people from just doing their shit.
Okay, let's move on to number one story of the day. Or
The cream of the crop!
there's another hot topic, guys. We've seen monuments and statues honoring historical figures that were deemed to represent racial injustice, slavery, and oppression torn down across this great country of ours. A vast majority as a result of George Floyd's murder in 2020 and the civil unrest that followed his murder. I mean, the list on Wikipedia of statues and monuments torn down, defaced, and scheduled for removal during that time is a mile long.
Huge.
But oddly, nowhere on that list did I see one of the most egregious offenders of racial injustice in this country, a place where literal slaves worked and lived for almost 150 years, a place that was built on donations that came from rich slave owners and slave money. I'm going to pull up a picture of
The
this
White House? Slave
monument.
That math can't check out.
Not the White House.
150 years. That doesn't make.
You recognize that?
It's what is that?
Oh, it's college.
The college somewhere
Princeton.
in the South?
No, that's in like middle of America, maybe.
No.
Oh, is that Philadelphia? Is that Philadelphia?
No. See, you guys don't know. That's Harvard. You wouldn't
Harvard.
recognize it because none of you
Harvard.
dum-dums are rich enough or racist enough to get in.
Hey, my cousin's cousin graduated from there, and I went to the graduation ceremony. Okay,
They had slaves in Boston.
I've been
for
to Harvard.
150 years.
No, he's just saying the school's been around 150 years, and that there's
No,
slaves in the
no,
school.
they had slaves there
What?
for 150 years.
1776 is
it's
when
the,
that
it's
doesn't
the oldest
make
American
sense.
institution.
To
telling you, buddy.
1876, 19. That doesn't make it. That math doesn't check out.
It was a 1600 to
Harvard was founded in
1850.
1636.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they brought over
1636 to 1780.
the colonies
something.
brought over slaves. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Let's get off it. My
Oh,
bad.
slaves
My
were
bad.
here. Dave. Yeah.
What?
They loved slaves in Boston. I mean,
Yeah,
at the beginning, all of the colonies were big-time slave people. Yes.
Who do you
Yeah,
think?
jeez.
Christopher Columbus, slave guy.
Harvard is the
Huge
epicenter of
slave-
racism
Columbus
in
was
the
probably
Northeast.
the biggest slave guy of them all. Really?
Yeah, they didn't have
Yikes.
graphic tees, but if they did back then, he would have had one that said slaves.
Slaver.
Dig 'em.
Slaver.
Yeah, slaver. Yeah.
Yeah. So why are we talking about it, right? We all know
Okay.
kids from Harvard and how elitist and racist they are. You want to hear some great black jokes? Go to a Harvard frat party. Let me tell you. Yesterday, Harvard announced a $100 million fund to buy its way out of its ties to slavery after a very damaging report came out that Harvard fucking loved slaves. The report, written by a committee appointed in 2019 by Harvard President Lawrence S. Bacow, found that, quote, slavery thrived in New England from its
Marriage.
beginnings, including Harvard. Many who read the report will find it disturbing and even shocking. Bacow said in a statement in a report that it was found that the university's leaders enslaved more than 70 people in the 17th and 18th centuries, and that the university had extensive financial ties and profited from slavery in the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. So,
So they were profiting off of like slaves in the South after they got rid of them in Boston. Then.
oh yeah, 100%. The report found that the first half of the 19th century, 5 men who made their fortunes from slavery made up 1/3 of the money donated or pledged to Harvard by private individuals. This place was literally built and funded by slave money, yet it still stands. A 5,000 acre
finest institution of.
Yeah, a 5,000 acre reminder of hate,
Oh, man.
elitism, slavery, and blood money. Look at this place. I mean,
Oh,
come on.
man.
Really
Yeah.
makes the Confederate statues a little bit less meaningful, huh? When they pull
It
those
does.
down.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah. Quote, these donors helped the university build a national reputation, hire faculty.
Maybe just leave
support
history
students.
alone. You know?
Well,
Do
some
that.
Confederate
Very
statues
selective.
were put up well after slavery as a
Well,
message.
then shouldn't they pull down Harvard?
Those are the ones that should.
They
go.
should.
I
But they
say
should
pull
pull down
I say,
Harvard.
I say pull down Harvard.
You know
Yeah,
who's
but
in the
sounds
hot
like
seat?
if Robert E. Lee's got to go, Harvard's got to
You
go.
know who's in the
I'm
hot seat,
that's
guys?
Harvard's got to go.
These folks are in the hot seat.
UVA.
Jefferson,
Is that
he
UPenn?
loved
What is
slaves.
that?
He loved them a
UVA.
lot.
No,
in
that's
fact,
the,
he
uh,
had sex with them. Had a lot.
That's
of
Afton Mountain in the background there, my friend.
Yeah.
That is the University of Virginia.
Oh,
TJ
yeah,
was a
yeah.
big time lover of slaves.
Boo, UVA, boo.
Listen to this though. The donors helped the university build a national reputation, hire faculty, support students, grow its collections, and expand physical footprint and develop its infrastructure. The report also acknowledged that Harvard's museum collections include the remains of thousands of people of indigenous and African descent who may have been enslaved. I mean, they have body parts from
hell
slaves.
Yeah.
They got their
Creepy museum.
You know the frats at Harvard like make the pledges go in blackface and stuff, like all sorts of crap.
No,
like they get
Skull and Bones
They do
uses
like
these
the
dead slave
minstrel
bodies.
shows for the pledge classes.
We'll
and
never
shit.
know
Yeah.
because there's secret societies
Oh,
that
yeah,
all
there's
of
no
our presidents
cameras.
have been in.
No cameras at those Harvard frat parties.
Gross.
I want to show you guys something else.
But
Look at
maybe
this
Hunter
shit.
Biden will tell us though, because he was in at Yale, right? So
Yeah.
like, well, maybe
he
he'll
do
spill the beans
undergrad?
finally.
It's really an undergrad thing. I think he did law school there.
Oh yeah,
He
you're
was
right. He was
probably
undergrad at
too-
Georgetown.
Probably too partied out to remember what was going on.
But they would have let him in. He's a Biden. They would have let him in on
yeah,
the,
but
on
I'm
the
just saying he
rituals
probably
and shit. He
doesn't
would've watched-
remember much.
You would have seen the bloodletting
Coke
and whatnot. And,
is very big at Harvard. I do know that, and no one gets better Coke than Hunty.
Of course. it is. But look at this, guys. Look at this. Holy shit! This seal,
Automatic
a red,
kid with
a
that
red
Coke.
shield. That's the most racist shit I've ever seen. It also says Veritas on it. You know what that means? It's Latin
Truth?
for truth. And the truth is, a bunch of racist slave money assholes started Harvard and still have their claws in it today. I ask you, if you're a black person, you're walking into a building with this flag hanging outside of it. Nope, I'm not. Might be the last building I ever walk into. Look at this law building.
the bright
Look at it.
red shield flag.
Yeah, it looks like a slave torture chamber is underneath it. My God.
Oh my god.
I mean, Jesus. Anyway, $100 million bucks, a small price to pay to wipe clean all the slavery from your books. We saw how they treated Asian students. Imagine how what they did to slaves. The university's president said the fund, the $100 million, will go towards the recommendations in the report, which include efforts to improve educational opportunities for marginalized students and partnering with historically black colleges and universities. It also recommended memorials, research opportunities, and curriculums that honored enslaved people and acknowledged the university's ties to slavery. So there you go. Way to go, Harvard. Just 5,000 acres of the most racist place in the country.
It is in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, Nate Diaz, I'm not surprised, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man!
I don't know.
And want to guess how many U.S. presidents went to Harvard?
All of them. 10.
12.
Close. 8. 8 U.S. presidents.
Yeah.
Wow.
well,
A lot of
Doesn't
How many of them were
Virginia have
slave
more?
owners?
So Virginia
a
actually
lot of-
beats Harvard.
No, it's Harvard, Yale, Princeton.
No, I'm saying
William and
Virginia,
Mary.
the
for
state.
state.
Oh, probably
Ohio and Virginia
I
have.
believe
a
Ohio is the
shitload.
most presidents. Yeah.
Ohio and Virginia both have like I think like double digit, maybe.
Well, that fun fact will be after our next story.
Maybe
Shocking,
we could,
though.
We could do a world racist ranking and put Harvard in the top 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
Harvard's
they'd be
definitely in there.
easily top 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, right. World Power Rankings, patreon.com/Hard Factor. Get in there. I've noticed a lot of people have been wanting to get early access to that. So join.
I saw
join
some
in.
people join Patreon for it, it looks like. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if people want to know, it's a great ranking.
Will was trying to give it away for free.
Well, no, I won't give it away for free, but I'll give you this. It was we had something on Twitter. A listener on Twitter pointed out that our average of Putin puts him at number 6.66. So
That's correct.
we have an accurate ranking down to the 100th of a ranking point.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Putin, very
Rand
deserving of
Rand
six.
Paul's boy, Putin.
William, Virginia has 8.
Okay,
Ohio
tied
has
with Harvard.
7. And then you got New York, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Texas, Vermont.
Look at that,
South
take that,
Carolina.
Ohio.
All right, guys, let's get a little business. I just copied Mark's ad from yesterday because I was working on merch. So let's face it, we suck at investing. Horrible, in
We
fact.
do.
Yeah, very bad, very bad. You should see some of the moves I've made in investing, just laughable. And as the late great Chris Farley said at Tommy Boy, you wouldn't hire a clown to fix a leak in the John, now would you? Nope.
Be foolish.
Yeah, but it's all good. That's why you've got to check out Titan. As everyday investors, the cards have been stacked against us. We've been given access to this marketplace of stocks, but we're competing against institutional investors with unlimited resources. Growing your long-term wealth isn't something you can just DIY, and you shouldn't just sit back and shoot for average returns. With Titan, you have a personal investment team that researches and invests for you so that you can aim to outperform the market. With Titan, you get access to strategies similar to those in the 1% without having the ultra wealthy or pay hefty fees, without having to be ultra wealthy, pay fees.
Right.
Fees. It takes
Bring
all it takes
group investment to the common man. It's
That's right.
Beautiful.
They hate this. The rich people hate this, probably.
Can you
right?
imagine the people at Harvard when they found out about Titan? They're spitting,
Oh,
spitting on their servants.
What?
Yeah.
We have to put a stop to it.
The commoners.
Yeah, that's right. All it takes is $100 to get started. Deposit your money. Select which of their portfolios you want to invest in, and that's it. Titan's experts will give you updated updates about the market and decisions being made with your money, and you can even ask them questions within the app. And now Titan's bringing their knowledge to an expertly managed crypto portfolio. That's pretty exciting. We love crypto, and crypto is the next big thing. Titan aims to grow your investments by 15% annually, net of fees, which double your wealth every 5 years. That sounds pretty good. I've been using Titan, and yeah, it's going great. I'm in the crypto portfolio.
This is me. Yeah, I am in the crypto portfolio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
And
I
the
am
flagship.
Yeah, you are.
and the
too.
flagship. Yeah,
there you
I did the exact same thing.
There
So
you
check out Titan if you want to aim to become the smartest, wealthiest investor you've ever been. So head over to titan.com/factor to get $50 when you invest with Titan. You must go to this URL or you will not get that $50 and they
That
won't know
URL.
that we sent you. So that's $50 when you go to titan.com/factor, invest with Titan. If you are invested with Titan, this is a sponsored podcast ad. I am a client of Titan and invested
you
in
go.
the flagship and crypto portfolio. So yeah,
Wes read the part you weren't supposed to read.
I did.
If you are invested, you
It
have
is.
to read this disclaimer. If you
Yeah,
aren't
it is.
invested,
It's
you
even in red, and I still read it.
yeah.
Wes, just flawlessly, flawless execution, Wes.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, let's move it on from the cup of coffee in the big time, the scolding hot one. Thank you very much, Wes. To the lost your mind corner. It's just that's just a makeshift name for this segment of people who have lost their mind. Just two, really. And I've got an appetizer, lost their minds, and then a main course of full blown crazy. So first, the appetizer. MSNBC host Ari Melber went viral for his televised reaction to Elon Musk buying Twitter on Monday. And here is the clip.
All of Twitter or Facebook or what have you, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't even have to be transparent. You could secretly ban one party's candidate or all of its candidates, all of its nominees, or you could just secretly turn down the reach of their stuff and turn up the reach of something else. And the rest of us might not even find out about it till after the election. Elon Musk says this is all to help people because he is just a free speech, philosophically clear, open-minded helper.
Banning a candidate.
Pretty hard to secretly ban an entire party's.
Well, kind of like they
you
do
probably
already.
would find out, right? Yeah,
Who was
you-
the
they
first
already-
to ban a candidate? Which app was that? Under whose control? I don't remember. I wonder, though, maybe this guy will remember eventually. I think you guys know who it was. Basically, people are just losing their minds at the thought of Trump returning to Twitter and other social media platforms after that, even though it hasn't happened yet. And this guy on MSNBC just dunked on himself without realizing it.
Oh
So,
man.
Yeah.
People don't understand Elon Musk. They just don't like I understand some people don't like him, but he's a tech guy and he's a human experiment guy. Like it's not gonna fuck with your Twitter. Why are people freaking out about this shit?
And also, it's just
And then like on the other side, people are like, oh, then now I can say whatever. There's like people trolling, saying the
it's
most
just
fucked
Twitter.
up shit on Twitter.
Not
Being
that
like,
much
see, I
is
can
going
do
to
it now.
change. A couple functions are going to change. Like it's just still Twitter. It's
Well,
just Twitter. It's always been-
Elon clarified himself. He's going to still have like rules against hate speech. He just
Right,
said, "I don't
right,
want it to go far beyond
much
what
is
the
gonna
Constitution
change.
says."
Yeah.
And he says he doesn't want to. He's going to make the algorithm public so that people can see that it's not favoring certain
There you go.
accounts or allowing bots
Open
of one
source.
type and not the other. So it's just it. He just wants to make it clear and
It's open source.
transparent.
These motherfuckers don't know what open source means. They don't. Anyway, whatever.
So, anyways, but what's his name? Ari Melber. Yeah.
Is that guy on
Sorry,
Twitter a lot?
Ari.
Like, is Ari like tweeting
Oh,
10,
he-
15
I
times a
guarantee
day?
he loves Twitter.
He
right
must
now.
have been. He must have
I
been like
mean-
all about it.
What's going on?
I don't know. Okay. Ari's lost his mind, guys.
Okay.
Don't worry. He'll hopefully find it someday. Now on to the main course. Amber Turd. I mean, Amber Heard has apparently lost her mind all the way, officially, according to celebrity psychologist Dr. Shannon Curry, who said that Heard, quote, demonstrates symptoms of combined borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder, unquote. Now
That's a dangerous one, man. That is really
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yes. Yeah. So full disclosure, she was.
A lot of serial killers have histrionic personality disorder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it says full disclosure, she was
Well,
hired by
what is
Depp,
it?
Dr.
I mean,
Curry.
she did shit in the bed, then blame it on the dogs. That's pretty close to like
It's
animal
psychotic.
abuse. It's psychotic.
Pretty heartless.
Yeah, that's sociopathic.
That's
yeah.
real heartless.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a serious problem, guys. So even though this Dr. Curry was hired by Depp, she did meet with Amber Heard twice. So she did meet with her, like, and examined her in person. And apparently, these disorders, like Pat was saying, make someone prone to being very angry and vindictive.
Why is she allowed
manipulative too?
Why is she allowed to testify if she's like a therapist? Like, isn't it client privilege? Why is
No,
she
you
allowed
can
to,
do an
like,
assessment. It's the same thing if like you're like, hey, I plead
Right.
insanity.
She
Then
can't
they'll do an
say what they
assessment.
talked about, but she can say she's a psychopath.
No, it wasn't a therapy session. I guess her.
It was for the case.
Yeah, it was. It's evidence. So
For-
it's like
for the trial.
it's like a subpoena, or like she got subpoenaed to
Oh.
test
She's an
or
expert
have
witness,
a conversation with the doctor. Yeah,
I'm watching the Gacy tapes on Netflix, and
Ooh, can't wait to watch that.
they basically describe Gacy in the exact same way.
Interesting.
Dude,
Well,
it's fucking. She is. I mean, it's listening to the recordings of her is so bizarre because you're asking yourself, why is this being recorded? And then you hear,
She's recording it.
No, I know. Well, that's exactly that's the answer. And then you hear her,
weird.
what she's doing, and it sounds like she's acting.
Yeah,
which
and-
sucks because she's an actor, you know.
right. And Pat, that's what, like, all of the, so far, like, everybody who's taken the stand has been totally on Johnny Depp's side. They're saying the exact same thing you're saying. Like, she's all fake. Basically, okay, so taking it to the internet, here's what somebody commented on. They go, it was just revealed that Amber Heard was diagnosed with histrionic personality disorder, an
Nice.
extreme form of narcissism. This was her reaction to hearing the doctor's testimony, and it's just her staring at her fingernails in court, which she was doing.
Why is
A lot.
anyone advising her
Looking in a mirror.
to
Yeah.
not do that?
Yeah.
Dude, she can't help it. So like Depp, for example, obviously she's got a problem with her. She's got self image, body image issues, right? Because Depp said in court, Rotten something. Her attorney asked Depp, like, you
Yeah.
would say
Idiot.
that you're
Yeah.
bigger than Mrs. Heard, wouldn't you? And he goes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. And she
That's a
cried.
She was She
And
was
then
mad. Yeah.
in one of the tapes, he calls her a fat ass.
Yeah.
So clearly,
He knows how to get
she
to
was
her.
trying to cut her. Yeah.
Yeah. He knows how to
Yeah,
get to her.
he knows how to.
Also,
He knows how to get
100%
under his
chance
skin.
Johnny Depp fucked that therapist he hired, and so
Oh,
she's
yeah.
gonna she's
That's
gonna
how
be
he paid her.
She's gonna be giving him favorable reviews for sure.
I mean, Johnny Depp. Everybody wants to fuck Johnny Depp. To
And
be
she
fair,
fucked him.
I want to be him.
yeah.
Dude, I'm obsessed with this.
So I'm
this
saying
court.
smart move by him hiring a female that he
situation.
fucked to then talk shit about Amber Heard. That was smooth.
you guys are right. He is on a roll. And I know last time I covered Johnny Depp in this trial, I said I wouldn't play any clips because Johnny speaks too slowly. But the internet always wins, and it has clipped it for us. All the best parts. Amber Heard not only shits the bed in real life, it seems she does the same with picking her lawyers. Here's Miss Heard's lawyers objecting to their own question this week.
Know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he'd sustained an injury on one of his fingers.
Objection, hearsay.
But you asked the question.
Okay.
There's Johnny and his lawyer laughing at them. They're just laughing. It's everybody in the court.
Oh man, dude,
Come on.
That's the question.
I'll tell you what. That's so much more impactful having watched most of it because at one point Johnny Depp, the guy's name is Rotten something. It's
Rotten
at
Child?
Rottensborn. It's Rottensborn, I think.
He's
At
the
one po-
worst lawyer
at
I've
one
played on
point-
earth. I didn't even look up his name.
At one point, Johnny Depp goes, he goes, or is that hearsay, Mr. Rottensborn, your favorite word? And the judge was like, hey, don't talk to her attorney. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, judge. But he laid it on him. It's like, your favorite word's hearsay.
He
Oh,
also,
the clip of Johnny Depp waiting for him to object is
And then he
hilarious.
objected with
We're-
hearsay. Oh, come
fellas.
on.
fellas,
do you have the other hearsay one?
Oh, we got a bunch coming. I don't have
Come
the
on.
full hearsay.
The
I
hearsay
don't have
one
the
where
full
he goes, did I hear her say that?
Yeah, they do a counter. I don't know how many they got to on the hearsay counter, but it's
Yeah, he nailed him so many times with the
Burn it
hearsay.
down.
Yeah.
I got all the other burned to the ground. So I'm glad you guys are mentioning those. Also, the one that Pat mentioned about the weight, excellent clip. Next, here is Miss Heard's attorneys obsessing over the muffins at the session with Dr. Curry. The muffins. Whoa, what kind of muffins did they have?
Why did your husband get the muffins for Amber Heard?
He did not get the muffins for Amber Heard.
he knew you had a high-profile client, and you were preparing for a very long time, and you asked him to pick up the muffins, correct?
I asked him to pick up the muffins for me, yes.
Okay.
What are they doing over there?
What was that?
Her lawyers are trying to like paint this picture that the psychiatrist's husband is obsessed with Amber Heard, and so that he specifically got special muffins for her. But it was like she asked, it's like muffins for like her office or whatever. She asked her husband to get the muffins.
Weird.
So Amber Heard told her
she's a
lawyers about
narcissist.
the husband,
'Cause
and
she's
they're
a
like trying to
narcissist,
make it like the husband is obsessed with her. But no, he just bought the muffins. 'cause
And I
that's
showed up,
fucking-
and my favorite muffins were there. It must be
Stalker.
because the husband's obsessed with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, stalker is right, Mark. That's dead on.
Yep. And finally, guys, we've been beating around the bush. We've been alluding to it. A clip down of Johnny Depp just destroying her lawyer all last week. And this is only 90 seconds. But as the guys pointed out, there is hours of high quality material out there. But this is the best 90 seconds I could find.
Drink whiskey in the mornings too, right?
Isn't happy hour anytime?
You can't say that you carried cocaine in that box?
No, but it looks like it would fit some cocaine. I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much.
Did I read that right?
You did.
Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Okay. Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
Did I read that right?
You continue to read them right, yes.
And right after you cut your finger off, right after, I won't give you anything to argue with me yet. Right after you sustained an injury to your finger, right after you sustained an injury to your finger,
Bless
you poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint? The hell?
A mega pint.
Yeah. What the fuck?
We're gonna fast forward in time a little bit, Mr. Depp.
Yes, I can feel it.
I have other uses for your throat which do not include injury. I have other uses for your throat which do not include injury.
Sorry, could you read that again?
What's talking about? Oh man.
Oh, man.
Know what could cause damage to Mr.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So he's absolutely destroyed that lawyer. It's been incredible trial. Johnny also revealed that he got Amber the Aquaman role. The housekeeper is on his side. The cops that Amber called to the house in 2016 are on Johnny's side.
Damn.
Everybody else taking the stand also pretty much on Johnny Depp's side in this trial so far. One of the funniest trials of all time. Very happy for Johnny Depp clearing his name after all these years. Bezos should pay this man his monies because he won. He won.
Oh my God. Dude.
Seems pretty open and shut.
It's going on for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, isn't it?
Good.
I mean, he's also created a situation where
More for us.
Every man who's ever been in an abusive relationship is like coming out right now and be like, "Yeah, dude, I was abused too." I mean, like I've never seen someone.
Look, abuse can go both ways, and it's not acceptable.
Of course,
for sure.
For either gender, sex, whatever. Like it's not okay for anyone to do it.
Not at all.
Absolutely. Not okay. And she overplayed her hand. I mean, why publish all that fake shit about him if you were really the crazy one? So
yeah.
Who knows?
Or publish all that damning shit about him, even if it was real, if you were the nutty one. So
because look, most people do believe the lady in these cases.
For sure. And again, male abuse of women is terrible. But there are cases of the other way around.
You should, because not often do you run into someone with histrionic personality disorder who's a fucking crazy psycho. All right.
Yeah, steer clear of her, right?
Yeah. All right.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Butts. Guys, the first day I got to college, my 24-year-old roommate, whose first day to four-year university was that same day, he gave me a little piece of advice on how to make it in college, even though he just got there too. Time management. I absolutely ignored him. I left school just after 2 semesters. Time management is important. Scheduling, planning ahead, communicating. If you're a busy person, it's just about the only way to achieve your goals. And in the case, gentlemen, of Brazilian model Arthur O. Urso his goal was to be able to regularly sexually satisfy all 9 of his wives without missing any of them or having anyone feel left out.
That's time management.
I mean, it's a lot of time management there. There's
very thoughtful.
There's him and about half of them.
Oh, wow.
Good God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What does that guy do for a living?
I told you, he's a model. He also bangs his 9 wives.
In the same bed. That's impressive. I mean, I thought we were
looks
talking about a
incredibly
sister
handsome.
wives
Wes-
house thing.
He has tattoos.
And that's just his back, Mark.
Probably surfs.
Wow.
Yeah. He also hates monogamy. He thinks it's annoying. And whether or not his existing wife, porn star Luana Kazatsky, felt the same way or not, in November last year, Arthur went from her to herem when he made 8 more women, Mrs. Urso, at a Catholic ceremony in Sao Paulo. There they are.
Oh, it was blessed by the church.
Yeah, it's, polygamy, legal
It's blessed
in
by
Brazil.
everybody.
Take a look
Who's
there.
the one that's circled? Is that the real wife?
You just think about her, and we're going to get back to her at the end of the story. That's not the real wife.
Okay, she looks different than the rest.
She's a little different, right?
Yeah.
There she is again, circles. Look at that. Those
One
neck
is
tats.
super buxom.
She's got like red curly hair.
Yeah, it's a wide array of body types.
Absolutely. Go all the way to the far right
Yeah.
and the far left. Did you notice that they put the largest
buxom
butts
ones, yeah.
bookending
Yeah.
them? Yeah.
It's
got
just like
the
Sarah
cheeks.
J, the porn star. The one on the
Photographer
far
is a genius. Yeah.
You got
Smart.
petites, you got big butts, you got big boobs, you got big naturals.
All right, way to go. Big butt on the outside, little butts on the inside.
I'm just going to do a little rearranging here.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I touch you lightly to move you.
Yeah, your
guys,
butt's way smaller than hers. Get in there.
Does he let outside dicks into the equation, or is this
No chance.
a him only situation?
No chance, Will.
This story is mostly about him using Excel to accelerate his prowess in the bedroom. I don't know, Will, but it's very possible he is, or what? I don't know. I'm gonna show you
if you're in the
Did
situation,
Hugh Hefner let a bunch of dudes bang his playmates?
yeah, of course. If you're in this
No.
situation, you need help.
Not his
you can't
girlfriend.
go
No.
Not his girlfriends.
You just need to
That's why.
manage your time. Well, here's a little video of them enjoying themselves. This just gives you a taste of their lifestyle. Door opens. There's the ladies. Hi. Hello. He's in the bathtub. Here's him in his bear suit. He's got a bear suit.
He does the dancing bear thing.
He does the dancing bear, but it's just him. It's his own stag party every night. There's him smoking
Okay, so
weed.
no-
and
Only the
just-
cameraman. Nobody's allowed to get in on him.
That's actually a drone. It's not even a person there. It's just
The
he's the only
pizza.
male. Oh wow! Take a look. Now he's Oh hi.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, he's about to get it in. Look
It's
at this.
a party. It's a party over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the scheduling though. That's the point of this story,
Good for
guys.
him.
Or roto, which I didn't
What
know
city
that
is
word.
this?
This is done in Sao Paulo. But the schedule of the roto. Roto is
By
essentially
that
the
giant Jesus statue.
yeah. Roto's a chore list, right? They don't say that in our country, but they say in other countries. And things were certainly out of hand, and a schedule, guys, was needed. But Arthur could have been in a worse position as the house sex manager because he told Jam Press, quote, "They all want to fulfill my sexuality at any cost," adding, "They're happy to make it their goal." And that's a lot of pressure, right? So
That's a good problem to have.
it's a
though,
good
to
problem
be-
to have, but that's why you
Guy
got the
needs some
schedule.
medication to keep up.
You're right. Yeah, I understand why.
What's his problem?
Arthur wanted to bring Excel into the bedroom. Well, he was just missing certain girls. He's like, "Did I bang you this week?" And they were like, not happy about it because he's a giver, right? He wants to make their dreams come true, which is
Well,
sexually
yeah,
satisfying
nice guy.
him.
Nice guy.
See, you see?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. He's
No,
got
it's
it all figured out.
It
Yeah.
all checks out. Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, it wasn't long before Arthur learned that a firm schedule can ultimately leave you feeling soft. He said, quote, "Initially, I tried to have sex by appointment, but following a timetable, guys, caused a lot of problems. And I felt like I had to have sex because of the schedule, and it wasn't for pleasure."
Who fucking
Tough.
who?
Yeah. No, I feel bad for him.
No,
Maybe-
you know what this guy needs?
This is tough.
You guys are saying that no chance to let an outside dick in, a human dick. He needs the Optimus.
Yeah,
Now,
he needs
to get
like
on
a
Elon's
dildo,
short list
yeah.
for the first Optimus, and that little guy can help him out. He
He needs a couple Sibians laying around.
shoulder the load. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And also,
Yeah.
maybe 9's not enough. Maybe he needs more.
Oh, that's in the cards, Mark.
Okay.
He continued.
Maybe they should fuck each other.
I mean, it's just not the
maybe
same.
should let them fuck each other.
Guys,
Yeah,
he
maybe they
said
just let them fuck each other.
their ultimate goal is to sexually satisfy him. I don't know. Were you not listening? That's their goal.
Right. Sorry.
He's just a catalyst. Okay. He's just helping make their dreams come true. He went on to say, on other occasions, I had sex with one wife while thinking of another. It didn't seem right. Yeah. So
How is that not right? I feel like that's got to be allowed, right?
Well, it's their sexual their dream is to satisfy him.
He's not a
That's
mentalist.
why you don't have a harem, Will.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to be allowed, though. If
Disrespectful.
If they're all your wives, then that's technically
Well, you better call her by the right name. You better keep that shit to yourself.
Well,
It's
you
just a
better
lot to keep
call her
track
by
of,
the right
bro.
name, but you could think your mind. You if as long as it's with your family.
Oh, number 3.
All the names engraved on the beds.
Trace.
What if do they get tattoos? They get like a shoulder tat that identifies them.
Yeah, right on their forehead.
A lot of them are tatted. That's definitely the case.
They get dots like dominoes for how many they are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You get your name tattooed.
8 dots.
8 dots is
Well, there's
He's
not
counting.
there's not a domino with 9 dots, is
2,
there?
3.
Think about it.
Wait, there's not a 6 and a 3?
Oh yeah, I guess, but that's 2 dominoes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
No,
two sides of the domino.
2 sides of the domino.
Oh,
So
I never played dominoes.
Yeah.
I tipped him over.
Yeah.
It was fun. Guys, he threw the schedule out the window. Ultimately, it didn't work out. So for a while, that was really helpful. But he said that they got rid of it because it was just too restrictive. He wants sex to quote flow naturally, and
who
quote
can blame him? You know.
Since then, it's been very fun, pleasurable, and unique to experience everything collectively. They're all very different in bed. So yeah, he's just going at it now.
Yeah, so he said
now
he
they're
said-
all in the same bed. Yeah,
Right.
That's smart.
went-
That was the move all along, Arthur.
He figured it out.
Yeah, he
So
figured it out.
has he approached the Mormons with this? Because I think that they typically do
tell
this,
him,
the
yeah.
appointment thing.
Yeah,
So-
like the Mormons do like a much uglier version of what he's doing.
So has he? But he needs
right.
to give them some of his information because they might. This could benefit multiple communities, not just him.
They're gonna need a
you're right, Will.
translator.
The giant bed's the way to go because it might cost 10 grand to get the ultra king size bed,
Right.
but
Worth it.
everyone's happiness worth it.
Yeah, guys, I do want to say it's not all
look at the time
sunshine.
he's having.
It's not all sunshine and blowjobs for Arthur, though. There are tough times too, because sometimes a little jealousy.
Like what?
A little jealousy gets in the relationship, Wes. Arthur said, for example, when I have to give them a gift and one gets an expensive gift and the others get a smaller or cheaper gift, there has been jealousy amongst them.
Yeah.
They all demand attention, affection, and sex to be part of our everyday life, and I can't do more for one than the other. I'm still learning about our relationship. So
He's just a man.
Arthur has to dick evenly. And
Well, also, unless he's got them on some sort of birth control where they're not having their periods, there's going to be a tough week in there
when they cycle.
when
They
they're all
start to
synced
cycle.
up. They're all synced together for sure.
Yeah, it's like a Bluetooth and
That's
a phone.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Armageddon.
Talk about a land shark.
I
Yeah,
know.
he might want to get out of town that week.
Because Arthur
Couple
revealed
bears too, lamb
Arth-
sharks, bears.
Arthur revealed that number 8, or Olito in Portuguese, Agatha, that's the one that was circled, Will.
Okay.
She'll be leaving the marriage, saying, he said, quote, she wanted to have me all to herself. It didn't make sense.
She has a crazy look to her.
We have to share.
So she couldn't be in the orgy. So basically, he just realized, like, oh shit, I can only be with chicks who are orgy chicks.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think
I mean,
that's
that-
pretty
why-
well
how did he
established when he married 8 of them at one time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. This should have been known from the start. Why,
Yeah.
Agatha? What do you
Well,
think?
there's some turnover in a harem. It's like a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's some turnover in a harem. You're gonna lose
a lot
an
of-
8. You're gonna get a noon 10. You're gonna get
There's
an 8.
some
a
realizations that are made.
7 goes.
Yeah.
10 comes in, becomes a 9.
Guys, so, yeah.
8
to
moves
that,
up to 7.
to that point, Arthur's baseball team
You
will be
laser off a
down
dot.
a catcher for now.
His baseball team?
His baseball team. Yeah. They'll be down a catcher for now, but hopefully not for too long. Arthur's dream is to have 10 wives, 1 to DH. So he'll be looking to call a couple more ladies up when they get out of the minors.
He's like, bring her in.
And that's it for the TikTok International moment because that was a long one. So
That was great.
That was a good one. Well, it's my pleasure to close the show out because it's not every day here on Hard Factor that we get to deliver incredibly uplifting, inspiring news. I mean, I do a reoccurring segment called Which One's Worse because the listeners demand it, which I'm happy to do. It's fine. I'm happy to do it. But my point is, it's not every day that we get to talk about and honor a true hero. I'm not talking hyperbole here. I'm talking about someone that every single person can get motivated by, can appreciate, can aspire to be. Someone that when you hear their story and what they did, what they're all about, you get fucking goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps right now. You want to run through a brick wall while chugging energy drinks. You want to hug someone. You want to kiss someone. You want to cry. I feel weird even talking about this person because, quite frankly, I'm not good enough to. I'm not worthy enough to talk about probably the greatest human that's ever lived. And if you'd asked me who my hero was before today, I'd probably tell you my dad, maybe my mom, right? I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. But if you were to ask me who my hero is today, and probably for the rest of my life going forward, I would have to say it's Gail Dudley of Columbus, Georgia. And instead of instead of telling you what Gail did, I'd like to show, for the past 20 years plus, I'd like to show you a series of images that will reveal her heroism. And I'd like for you to tell me and the listeners what you see. So,
okay.
Here's the first one of Gail. It's Gail, right? And there's like a brick wall.
Is that a statue? Okay, no,
that's Gail.
She's not plated in gold there.
Yeah, is Gail like one of those New Orleans street performers?
That is
like a
interesting lighting on that photo.
Yeah, sunny day. Okay, so you see
well,
her.
She's exactly the same.
Now
okay,
what do you see?
Longhorn Steakhouse.
No, wait.
So
Now what do you see? Longhorn Steakhouse.
She's in front of the Longhorn Steakhouse.
Yeah,
okay.
She's holding something.
Now,
I'm curious.
What do you see?
She's got a $50,000 check.
$5,000.
$5,000 check.
What's the memo? What's in the memo?
1 million grilled steaks.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Is that what turned her skin that color?
Can you repeat that again?
That's a $5,000 check to Gail Dudley for 1 million grilled steaks.
That's correct.
It should be steaks grilled, shouldn't it?
You would have thought they would have got a professional photographer for that.
That's cheap for 1 million steaks.
Wes, as a photographer, what did they do with the lighting here?
They put her in the sun.
Gail's not about the money, Pat. Yeah. Gail fucking Dudley, for the past 20 plus years, has been working as a cook at Longhorn Steakhouse. And this year, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. Right. And then this year, Gail was recognized as a grill master legend, which she absolutely is, for grilling her 1 millionth steak. Okay,
wow,
it's incredible.
She really is.
That's
Really
incredible.
cool. Not worth enough to get a professional photographer, but I mean enough.
Yeah,
enough for a big check.
That would have cut into the check. Will, that would have been a $3,300 check. True. If they got the photographer.
Okay.
You got to figure out why she's gold, Mark.
She's gold. I'll tell you why she's gold, because she cooks steaks for everyone. She's fucking gold, is what she is. She's gold on the inside and the outside, Pat. Let this be a lesson. She smells like steak.
She calls it golden brown.
Yeah, golden brown. That's just like how she makes her steaks. Let this be a lesson to anyone out there, any young person listening to my voice right now that's interested in serving, interested in helping, that wants to be a good person. Gail's the bar, folks.
Yeah.
It's Gail. 1 million steaks for other people to eat. Not her. She grilled them for you 1 million fucking times.
That's cool, man.
Thank you,
Good
Gail.
for her.
Thank you, Gail. I don't know what else to say. There are no words. Frankly, I think $5,000, like you guys mentioned, is an insult to such a hero. But we all know Gail doesn't do it for the money. You don't grill 1 million steaks because you're money motivated. You just don't.
What's that a steak, Mark?
That's true. What's that, a steak?
Well, how much? Is
not
that per
much,
steak?
like 5 cents, maybe. I don't know. Not much.
Do you think Gail looked at the check and was like, "It should be 1 million steaks grilled, not 1 million grilled steaks"? I mean, I keep coming back to that. If you're writing a big novelty check, at least write the memo right.
Not even 100% sure if Gail speaks English, Pat. That's just she's grilling steaks.
She speaks steaks, is what she
speaks
does.
Steaks, yeah. I don't think she cares what's in the memo. Yeah.
Yeah, she speaks cow.
She speaks cow. So thank you, Gail.
She speaks with a perfect temperature.
Yes, she speaks. She speaks medium rare. Yeah. Thank you, Gail. You're the true symbol of Fat Boy Summer. May you grill 1 million more and then 1 trillion more in heaven one day. And let's spin the wheel for Gail. Because, that's what she would want. They should be building statues of Gail, quite frankly.
Gail's obviously a big-time wheel person. I got it.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's Fat Boy Summer personified.
Check this out. This is my neighbor. There's his meat.
Oh, man.
plate. Yeah.
Here's a regular Gail over there.
What is that, through the fence?
That's through the my balcony up top.
How many creepy pictures is this? Wes is snapping pictures of people eating like left and right.
Smoking on his balcony, taking photos of this guy. They'd be like,
"That's right.
Look at this motherfucker."
Did you see Wes's Costco picture the other day? He's like taking pictures of people eating their food at the Costco.
Oh, I couldn't
court.
believe it. They broke out the chicken and the ribs. It was amazing.
You gotta
believe
let
this
people
guy.
eat.
That lady was so Asian. She just looked at me and she caught me, and I just had to give her the thumbs up because she didn't know. She scared her. Yeah.
Caught you.
I love it.
Scared her off.
I love it. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
All right.
All right.
Who's
here we
doing
go.
who's doing the coffee for Gail tomorrow?
This one's for Gail.
Oh, I can't even see it. Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
it's behind.
It's going to be PC large.
Hey.
Nice. Pat's on the
PC
coffee.
large.
Right.
A real American
TikTok.
hero.
International moment. Oh, it's going to be Will.
Man, I don't know how you're seeing that. I don't see
Yeah,
shit.
there I.
It's going to be Will.
Choppy chop.
Okay.
Oh, yeah? You guys can't
Yeah.
see that?
It was just
No, it was
choppy.
like-
Yeah.
It was delayed. We could see the end result, but we couldn't tell until the very end. But look,
All right.
I hope everyone has a million steaks, and I hope everyone has a great fucking day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.